everyone. It is great to see you here this morning. My name is Jeremy Hubbard. I'm a news anchor at Fox 31 News in Denver, and it's my honor to be here with you this morning in Parker. You guys get going early here in Parker. I mean, in Denver, we're sleeping till noon. You know, we're relaxing down here. You know, I'm here at 6:30 in the morning, and the place is full. So it's great to see you all here in Parker this morning. It's a great honor to be here, and thanks to the mayor and to my friends at the Rotary Club and RJ, wherever you are, for roping me into this. And you'll have to forgive me. I'm used to having a teleprompter, so if I mess things up, it'll just we'll have to roll with it. Okay, let's get started this morning. I do want to begin with the introduction of Staff Sergeant Drake Gann and Staff Sergeant John Raylis of the United States Marine Corps. They're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise if you're able for the presentation of colors by the Parker Police Color Guard.
Color Guard, attention, carry, colors. Colors right, march, forward, march. Mark time. March. Colors left. March. Color guard. Up. Present. Order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In order. Up. Mark time. March. By the ones. Forward. March.
All right, you can all be seated if you will. And I'd like to bring up Pastor Ward Smith from Grace Baptist to do this morning's invocation.
Let's pray together. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be with friends and to make new friends. God, we thank you for this wonderful, growing community that we all call Parker. Thank you that Cheryl and I have enjoyed this place for 22 years. God, I thank you for these leaders that have assembled together. God, help us collectively to make a difference in our community. God, we thank you for what we observed just weeks ago, just across the street, the National Day of Prayer. Thank you for the godly leaders that our mayor introduced to us, a teacher, a businessman, a fire chief, and other public servants. May we uphold each other in prayer, and may we realize, God, that you are our source. We praise you, God, that you're a God of love and forgiveness. And Lord, when we don't follow your will accurately, as we confess, we have that love and forgiveness in our lives. Now, God, today we pray for these leaders that they would be lighthouses of integrity, of moral courage and selflessness. And God, help all of us to give back to our community, to be a blessing as we have been blessed. May your precious Spirit guide us in the right motives so that one day we can hear from our precious Lord, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Lord, we thank you for your provisions, even this food this day as we enjoy it together. Let it be a reminder that Jesus said, mankind shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. So Lord, bless all that we do here today, that we might be better equipped to be the servants you've called us to be. For we ask and pray in the matchless name of Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
All right, great to be with you all this morning. Great to be here to celebrate the fine town that you live in. There is so much great stuff to talk about this morning, too, and so it's an honor to be here for that. I guess Kathy Saban wasn't available. She's riding her horses, and so I was the last choice, right, Jeff? I know there were others. No, I'm kidding. Let me take a picture. I'm going to take a picture, too, and put it on the news tonight, okay? So everybody smile real big, and we'll talk about Parker on the news tonight. We always like those opportunities, especially when it's good news, and it always is in Parker. All right, so again, welcome this morning. We have a long list of VIPs who are here with us this morning too, and so I want to introduce them if I can, and just sort of thank them for being here this morning too. They include State Representative Anthony Hartsook, also Douglas County Commissioners Abe Layden, George Teal, and Laura Thomas. Thank you all for being here. The Town of Parker Council, including our esteemed Mayor Jeff Toborg, Mayor Pro Tem John Dyack, and Council Member Josh Rivero, Laura Hefta, Ann Barrington, Todd Hendricks, and Brandy Wilkes. Did I get all those right? I hope I did. All right, good. And also Lone Tree Mayor Jackie Millay. Very good. Okay, of course, events like this not possible without the support of generous sponsors. You can see them listed up there. It's great to have their involvement, and thanks so much for that. And we also want to welcome the people that really made this happen today, too, the fine folks of the Rotary Club of Parker, including the president, who, by the way, is a charter member and has been with the Rotary here in Parker for 30 years. Please welcome Harold McLeod to introduce today's sponsors.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 14th Annual State of the Town. We really appreciate all of you coming. I would like to thank our sponsors. Without this event, we would not be able to do as much work as we've done for the town. And I'll go down a list because I'm too old to remember this stuff in my head, okay? All right, so CORE is the first one. They are the presenting sponsor. They've been with us for decades. I can't say enough about them. They have been very helpful for us over the years and always with us. We have Centennial Leasing and Sales, which is the award sponsor for the Parker Impact Award. We have Trevian Company, which is our network sponsor. Additional sponsors go with Innovest, with the Credit Union of Colorado, with First Bank. We have Patricia Stone and Company, Champion Bank, Altus Financial. We have the Parker Chamber of Commerce, Redstone Bank. We have Brown and Taylor, Shriver Investments, the Timbers at Pinery. We have the Parker Youth Sports, Rocky Vista University, the Downtown Business Partnership, Realty Connection, as well as Ace Hardware, Step 7. We have Parker Uncorked, Best Yard, Ponderosa Valley Funeral Homes, as well as the Parker Chronicle. That is quite a list of sponsors, and I thank them for them. And I would like you guys to know that the money that we raise here, we have been using for a very long time. It is going to a number of items that we do. I'm going to touch on them very quickly. This town and the Rotary Club has worked together for more years, I want to tell you. In 2005, for instance, the town and the club partnered together to put the gazebo up. They built the foundation, and the Rotarians went out and built that gazebo. We just finished painting it again. So that is one thing. We brought in with the town electricity going into O'Brien Park, as well as helped with buying the flagpole for the park that is now surrounded by monuments to all the 5 services of the United States. Those things we've done. We worked with O'Brien Park, where we take care of the gardens, and you will see a statue there, okay? This is from Nancy Griffith, that was a member of ours before she passed. Nancy was instrumental in the Parker Task Force being formed, which today is, of course, one of the biggest nonprofits we have taking care of people that have needs. We actually have the managing director of that, which is one of our club members. The other things we've done is working with O'Brien Park. Those things, or not just O'Brien, but Harvey Park. Sorry, excuse me. With Harvey Park, we are out there working in that. We give a number of things each year. For instance, youth. I know that we have one of our one of the grants members from the audience that got this from Rotary Club. We give out about 14 scholarships every year. This year, we had a fundraising event that raised $22,500 for Shelter Box, that went to the Turkey and Syrian problem that they had with the earthquakes and getting people covered. And by the way, we're going to have one of the tents we put up. This is a shelter for families that will be up at Parker Days in next month, so you can take a look at that. We have international service where that was part of it. We also give to a number of items. I need to really emphasize, folks, with Rotarians, the four-way test that we have over there is how we look at it, service above self. And I will tell you, we have a number of Rotarians sitting on this council in Parker today. These are good people. It's very important that you are aware of all Rotary clubs, no matter where you are, because we work very hard to help our communities. We do it in all kinds of ways. Usually you don't see us unless we got a shirt or a vest on. That's all there is to it, okay? Do we have Lou Million and Doc Martin? Okay, those two gentlemen were at the beginning of this. They are charter members of this club and the last of our charter members. And I wanted to acknowledge them. Now, I haven't spent too much time up here, which is good. I like that, and I know you guys are very appreciative of that. So, with that said, we're going to move on to the Parker Impact Award. And Dan O'Neill will be doing the award. So, Dan, please take it away.
Thank you, Mac. The Parker Rotary Club, or Rotary Club of Parker, has been pleased to be part of the state of the town and present the Impact Award to those people or groups of people that have had a significant impact on the quality of life in the Parker city and the Parker area. It is not confined just to the city limits. We started doing this in 2011, and we have been presenting awards annually since then. The criteria is simply that they must serve either in an employment situation or as a volunteer, monitoring, being part of, and excelling in the service above self Rotary motto that Rotarians try and live by. These people have taken it one step further. Again, they can be either employees in a given situation, or they can be people who are volunteers from the very beginning and volunteer their time and their efforts. The first award we're going to award to is Bob Baker, the fire chief of the South Metro Fire Rescue District. Bob, unfortunately, is not able to be with us this morning, but I want to give you a little bit of a synopsis of why we felt that Bob did deserve the Impact Award. He started in the Parker Fire Department and now is the fire chief for all of South Metro. They serve over 555,000 individuals within the footprint of that fire district. They receive about 50,000 calls annually for service, and for those of you quick at math, you'll recognize that that's something like 150 calls a day. 24/7, 365. They are an active and a busy fire department. But Bob Baker has taken that department to a level of professionalism that goes above and beyond just being a fire chief in a metropolitan area. The fire department, the fire district here is one of just 13 fire districts around the world that has gone through an ISO certification process that verifies that what they say they're going to do is what they actually do on a day-to-day basis. And there are only 13 in the world. Beyond that, as far as it impacts our Parker area, Bob has directed a social presence and social media website and other social media avenues, and they are now the most popular fire district in the world when it comes to followers. All of that presenting our area as a great place to live. So Bob Baker does receive one of these. We're going to make sure that he gets the award, although he's not here today. But what I'd like to do is read you what the plaque says so that you'll know what we're presenting to Bob. Parker Impact Award 2023. honoring the service of Bob Baker for his commitment, dedication, and noteworthy contributions to the quality of life in the Parker area. He truly exemplifies the Rotary International motto, service above self. Rotary Club of Parker. So we will send this and get this to Bob and honor him. The other award I want to present goes to someone who just volunteers and volunteers and volunteers and volunteers and volunteers some more. Cam Breitenbach is a member of the Cherry Creek Valley Rotary Club, which is also here in the Parker area. Those of us who are Rotarians call that the Noon Club. Some of us are the Morning Club. She's in the Noon Club. But beyond that, beyond just being a Rotarian, she started what is now the only Rotary satellite club that is dedicated to and consists of adults who are developmentally disabled. It's a phenomenal club. Their ice cream social was just a great time. She also can be seen often working with the people at the Chamber of Commerce here in Parker. But you really can't talk about Cam unless you also talk about Mrs. Claus. That's how most of us have come to know her, whether it's at the hospitals, at social events, anytime during the holiday season. You will understand that she is Mrs. Cammy Claus, Mrs. Santa Claus. I don't think she really cares which of those it is, but that has become her real identifying benchmark and characteristics. She's also active with the Real Beard Santa organization. She's part of the convoy of toys that takes place. She was active with the Marshall Fire victims for a few days after the Marshall Fire. That's not Parker, but that's Cam Breitenbach. She does that sort of stuff. And now lately, she's become a real active part of the Mountain Pine Women's Club, and I know some of them are here to help her celebrate this award this morning, where they do some fundraising, some social projects, some service projects, and they also then provide some scholarships to students here within the Parker area. So it is with great pride, and Cam, I invite you now to come up as I read the plaque we're presenting to you. The Parker Impact Award 2023, honoring the service of Cam Breitenbach for her commitment, dedication, and noteworthy contributions to the quality of life in the Parker area. She truly exemplifies the Rotary International motto, service above self. Rotary Club of Parker. Cam.
Please be seated. Thank you. This is a very special honor, and I appreciate it very much. If you aren't a member of Rotary, or Mountain Pine Women Club, you may not be volunteering in our community. Let me tell you the things that you do, it really hits your heart. We have 2 Rotary clubs. Harold McLeod, my good friend for years and years, is president of the Morning Club, and I'm president of the Noon Club. We're getting ready to party and go out. So it'll be a good time. I do want to tell you about the special needs group. This group of kids, there's 25 in our group. They all come to the meetings. We don't have, unless they're sick. It's very special to them. They're very proud to be Rotarians. They like to volunteer. They like to do service projects. We're going to be filling some backpacks with school supplies at our meeting the first Tuesday in June. If anybody wants to come, we'll be at the Black Eyed Pea. But these guys are great. They love Rotary, and it gives them a purpose in their life. We've had no suicides with this group. They all belong to this community. And when they're in town, people recognize them. It is just the best. So, and about Mrs. Claus, if anybody needs Mrs. Claus for Christmas, I have 15 bookings already for this year. So call soon and get on the calendar. But I wish you all would think about doing some kind of volunteer work for your community. It is awesome. And one Mrs. Claus story is I was at an Alzheimer's unit, and I got these two ladies that are sitting together, and so I start talking to the one, and she starts to cry. And she said, "Santa came to see me?" And I said, "Yes." She recognized the red and white. And she cried. She said, "I can't believe Santa came to see me." So the lady sitting next to her is getting more and more irritated that I'm talking to this lady and not her. So I went over and spoke with her, and they said it was the first time she had ever spoken since she'd been in their facility. So it really makes a difference. All of you can be involved. We have a whole bunch of elves. Some of them are sitting back here with the mountain pine women. Yeah, wave. And don't forget, we have a Yuletide Bazaar coming up November 11th, and I'm bringing my Santa Claus family reunion to the bazaar in the afternoon. So y'all got to come. It's free to come, and there's over 100 craft booths. And one last thing, I've got to thank the Chamber of Commerce. I've worked for the Chamber of Commerce. This is my third time. COVID. And I can't get out, and I can't go anyplace, and I'm really not doing well. So I sent an email to Kara. She was the last of the staff from COVID, and said, "Do you need some help?" And the email came back with pay or without. That told me the story. So I said, "I just want to volunteer." Let me tell you, Kara and I got together. We brought the wine walk back, and the chamber got back on its feet. We're doing great. And we have a wine walk on Friday if you want to join us. It's really fun. So thank you so much for the award. I encourage you all, if you need to know how to volunteer, call me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And now something I've always wanted to do to a television anchor. Back to you, Jeremy.
You're hired. Well done. One more round of applause for Cam and Bob, if we could. Congrats. I'm suddenly excited for Christmas, and if I grew the beard, I could look like Santa, I think so. Congrats again for all that you do, for the impact that you have in this community. All right, we want to transition now to the Parker Youth Commission Chair, Iris Pixler, to share a few good words on the good things that are happening with the Youth Commission here. Just a little bit about Iris. She was appointed as a member of the Parker Youth Commission's inaugural class in 2022, just last year, and serves as the first ever commission chair. A newly graduated senior from Legend High School, Iris is passionate about providing a voice for youth in the Parker community. Her high school experience has her engaged in theater, Link Crew, National Honor Society, Unified Athletics, Environmental Club, Calculus Club, and the Student Library Advisory Council. She also serves as a Colorado State Thespian Officer. What don't you do? A 2023 Betcher Scholar, Iris is going to attend Colorado College this fall and plans to study political science. So please join me in welcoming Iris.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Iris Pixler. I just graduated from Legend High School, and as he said, I plan on attending Colorado College in the fall to study political science. This past year, I have had the honor of serving as the chair of Parker's first ever Youth Commission. This commission consists of 9 members spanning grades 9 to 12 from Chaparral High School, Legend High School, and Lutheran High School. I have thoroughly enjoyed working with other passionate and dedicated leaders to represent, engage, and advocate for all youth connected to Parker. Although only being in place for a short time, we have already created a myriad of opportunities for youth in the community. In collaboration with Adie Adderhold, a Parker resident and mother, we are organizing a mural project in the tunnel under Chambers Road on the East-West Trail. The goal of this project is to allow young artists to express their creativity and to create something beautiful for the town to enjoy. We are working with 9 artists from all 4 Parker high schools, and painting will begin in June. We have partnered with the Parker Chamber of Commerce and the Downtown Business Alliance to communicate available internship opportunities to youth. We've also worked with the local The Nest, 2 Parker-owned businesses, to provide a venue for young entrepreneurs to sell their products. We toured the Douglas County Voter Center to learn more about ballot counting and local elections. We took what we learned and shared it with youth in the community to work towards our goal of educating students on governmental processes. We've engaged younger students in the community by visiting 3 local middle schools and presenting lessons on how youth can get involved in local government. We have created 2 awards to recognize outstanding young members of the community. We will present the Pride of Parker Award, a $100 gift card to 5 middle school students who express what Parker means to them through a visual art piece. The Spirit of Parker Award, a $1,000 scholarship, will be presented to 2 high schoolers who have made significant contributions to the town of Parker. It is impossible to adequately sum up all I have learned from working with this group of exceptional students. My teamwork and leadership skills have grown tremendously. I have learned how to advocate for my peers and how important it is to represent youth voices in local government. I have worked to overcome obstacles and to push myself past what I thought I was capable of. Most importantly, I have learned that even as a young member of the community, I have the power to make a difference and enact positive change. I hope to continue inspiring young people to recognize the power their voices hold. I cannot thank the town enough for giving me this opportunity, and I am so excited to see what the Parker Youth Commission does in the future. I'm immensely proud of all we have accomplished, and I know the strong foundation we have built will continue to grow in the capable young hands of our new chair, Amara Fantel, and our strong team of commissioners. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak for you today and to serve on the Parker Youth Commission. Thank you.
I don't know, Mayor, look out. She may be running the place pretty soon, right? You guys are in good hands. The future looks bright. Speaking of the mayor, it is time to talk to the mayor here, Mayor Toborg. He has been Parker's 7th mayor since the town was incorporated back in 1981. He's in his first term, following 2 years as a council member. The mayor also serves as a liaison who focuses on the business community and economic development as representative to the Chamber of Commerce, Downtown Business Alliance, and Metro Mayor's Caucus. The mayor's involved in lots of nonprofit and charitable organizations too, including the board of directors of the Parker Council of Arts, Science, and Culture, the Douglas County Community Directors, Douglas County, see, I needed a teleprompter, I told you. The Douglas County Community Foundation, Dads of Parker, and the Skyridge Community Council. The mayor's a 2021 graduate of the Leadership Program of the Rockies and holds a bachelor's degree in economics. He resides in the Preston Hill neighborhood with his wife, Melissa, and their 3 children, Preston, Ashton, and Emily, and he is a good guy. I can vouch for that. You've got a good one. I've shot the bull with him down at Coffee Cabin with Wes a couple times, too, so he's a fun one, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say about the great town of Parker. Please welcome Mayor Jeff Toborg.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Great. Good morning, and thank you all for joining us here in the beautiful town of Parker. I need to let you know that we do have a rather jealous mayor from Lone Tree in here. So if she starts to, I'm the only mayor that's ever been heckled at their State of the Town last year. So we do have our police and our Marines standing by. She's sitting next to our town attorney, so we're pretty sure that we will be okay. But welcome, Jackie. Thank you for being here, Mayor Millay. We appreciate that very much. Let's see. Looking forward to talking about what we accomplished last year, what we're going to do next year, and introduce you to some amazing people that are within the town of Parker. I also, and because he went there, I'm going to go against my wife's advice and tell my joke. But I do want to thank my friend Jeremy Hubbard for agreeing to be MC. At first I asked Jeremy, and he had plans. He was busy. And I said, well, let's see what Kyle Clark's doing. Suddenly, the schedule cleared up, and everything was good. So thank you, Jeremy, for being here. And RJ, thank you. And if you can pass my wife on the way and say, that was a good joke. It's funny. It's okay. He's okay. All right. Let's hear it again for our Impact Award winners. Bob Baker, Fire Chief, an amazing guy. I had the opportunity to be with him at the National Day of Prayer, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks ago. An amazing, godly man leading our fire service and protecting our towns and our communities all over Douglas County. Pastor Ward Smith, thank you so much for being here to deliver the invocation. But boy, Impact Award winner Cam Breitenbach. I mean, when do you get Mrs. Claus up here to have an award? And what a hard act to follow. Cam, thank you for your years and years of service and for what you do. I think that the words that were spoken about you don't even begin to scratch the surface of what you really do for this town, what you do for hospitals, for children, for the community. So God bless you, Cam. We just love you. We appreciate you so much. I also want to thank our Parker Youth Commission Chairwoman, Iris Pixler, for her amazing words. What a hard act to follow there. You can see how the Parker Youth Commission took off like a rocket in a couple months with her leadership and the leadership of her team. So Iris, thank you. To echo Jeremy, I'm worried about the 24 election bids for me now that you're 18, but if you decide to come back, you let me know. I'll step aside. You'd be an amazing mayor one day. You'd be an amazing one day. And I'm also proud and honored to recognize a new member of the Parker leadership team. As most of you know, Judge Seidel retired after 22 years on the bench. He didn't retire, he's moved on to other things. But we are very honored to introduce for the first time ever our new judge, Judge Vincent White, is here with us. Judge, stand up. So Judge White brings an immense resume and an impressive background, including a stint in the Air Force as a JAG officer. Judge White, let's hear it for the Air Force. There we go. Oh, God. All right, so I got to make sure I go Army, Navy, Marine. Yeah, okay. But we do have the Marines, so we already recognize now. But Judge, I warned you that we do have a Army full bird colonel, former JAG officer on our council. So, the likelihood of y'all doing push-ups in municipal court is great. But Judge, we want to welcome you and thank you for choosing Parker. And the judge is a longtime 25-year resident? 23-year resident. So not only did we get one homegrown for us, but we got an amazing guy. So thank you, Judge. We look forward to your swearing in on June 20th. I also want to recognize our town manager, Michelle Kivala, and our town attorney, Kristen Hoffman. I'm going to go back to the old name, Kristen Hoffman. Thank you both for your stewardship, for your leadership of this town over the last year. It has been impressive, and as you all begin to hear what we've done over the past year, you will realize that the 6 council members and a mayor could no way accomplish this. These 2 women and now a new judge could no way accomplish this. So we're going to talk up to you about the directors and about their teams and really what we've been able to accomplish. There is so much good news happening in the town of Parker. Every day, the news everywhere else in the Denver region is riddled with challenges and crime. And not that that doesn't happen here, but we have so much to be thankful here in the town of Parker. So I'm proud to stand before you this morning to report to you that the state of our town is growing with incredible families who are choosing to live, work, and learn in the town of Parker. The state of our town is economically sound and always open for business, and the state of our town is strong. And you can clap for that. All right. I'm also pleased to report to you that our town council is working together collaboratively and strategically every day for the citizens of our town. We all come at this job with a different background, with different goals, with different ideas, but the one goal that these 6 men and women have is to do the best thing they can for the town of Parker and to be dedicated to the success of the town of Parker and that place we call home. So Mayor Pro Tem Dyack, Acting Mayor Rivero, Councilmember Hefta, Councilmember Hendricks, Councilmember Barrington, Councilmember Wilkes, would you please stand and be recognized for all the amazing work that you do? And on a very personal note, I want to thank the Mayor Pro Tem Dyack. 8 months ago, I had a heart attack and was knocked out of commission for a couple months there. Mayor Pro Tem Dyack got up, stuck in, kept the council going. He even had to attend the Nutcracker grand opening and a couple of other ones, which are way out of his bailiwick. So, John, thank you so much for your service to this town and your 11 years on the council. In the past year, in addition to all the other important work that they do with zoning, with ordinances, with resolutions, the council's shown its commitment to get the citizens more involved than ever. The council reintroduced the Homeowners Association Summit, where we have pulled in members of HOAs, their presidents, their association members, and neighborhoods to talk about those things going on in the neighborhood. I think in life there are HOA officers, than the school board, than council members in terms of complexity. So to all those HOA members out there and all those HOA leaders, thank you so much, and thank you for engaging with us. And to the council, thank you for recognizing the need to get their input, to get their ideas, and to figure out ways to help our HOAs. Another new program that I'm personally very proud to talk about is the Parker Youth Commission. You heard Chairwoman Iris Pixler talk about what the commission is made up of and their advocacy for our community's youngest citizens. Our current members started working quickly to identify projects, to identify a goal, and to identify a mission to set their direction for the commission. The town council and I are excited to work with this group, learn from them, and really learn what the young people of Parker are interested in. And I do want to thank Councilmember Josh Rivero for spearheading the Youth Commission with Douglas County and for the Parker Youth Commission. It was your pulling the council along to get this started, and I appreciate you very much, sir. Town council also wants to make sure that we're getting residents' feedback whenever we're making important decisions about our community. So for the first time ever, we have a Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Commission serving 9 citizens to advise the council on just that, on parks programs, open space, and recreation programs. We're excited to work with these commission members to continue offering the very best recreation programs and amenities that our residents have come to expect. And we want to thank all of the members of those commissions for their time, for their service, and for their volunteerism. All right, let's go talk about the really important people, our directors and our department heads. We start with one of my favorite, but there's no favorites. Mayors don't have favorites. So, Michelle, I'm sorry you're going to get emails that they said that they're, but no secret, the Parker Police Department under Chief Jim Serapis. Chief Serapis, stand up, please, and be recognized. I am so proud of this department. It's events like this, like Parker Days, the wine walks that can happen because of our dedicated men and women that wear the uniform every day, that keep Parker safe. I'm proud to say that our department has the unwavering support and commitment of the Parker Town Council, but more importantly, and what's not shared all over, is they have the commitment, the support, and the pride of the town of Parker as a whole and the citizens. So, Chief, great job on accomplishing that. Yes. Our town continues to invest heavily in public safety. Over the past year, we were able to hire a new school resource officer to make sure that we're keeping our children and our teachers safe at school. We were also able to add an entire unit to our community response team to assist in taking care of cases where mental health is the prime issue. So we're taking care of our kids, we're taking care of our people challenged with mental health issues, but we're taking care of the town of Parker as a whole. We want to make sure we support our force. Our officers received an increase in compensation this spring, keeping Parker as the market leader for police pay in Douglas County. It's helped us to recruit 9 sworn officers last year, and we've got 4 more in the academy, and in fact, we're swearing in a new officer for the town of Parker tomorrow. So we keep, absolutely. So if we can keep my good friend Mayor Millay from stealing our officers, we will keep adding almost full staff of police. Let's see, this year we celebrated the retirement of longtime Police Sergeant Joe Cummings. I'm sure many of you in the room know Joe, so you'll know that the department has not changed. A character in the police department has changed very much. It was a very moving retirement ceremony, and Joe's kind of a hard one to get to move, but I think he was very emotional, and we got to see him at the Parker Police Awards dinner last week, and he is busier than ever with his horses, with his training and stuff, but we will miss him. And I know parents will miss him and his tough stance in helping them get their kids on the right track. So we've hired him as a nanny in our house for a week, and we're going to get our kids going. But I do also want to thank and congratulate Sergeant Troy Brienzo on his new role as a police department sergeant, and wish him every success. He's got a big shoe to fill. Also, on a celebratory note, I want to thank our 3 Douglas County Commissioners for your nice influx of $75,000 for a new CRT, the good CRT, a new CRT car, as well as $168,000 in staffing. So we hope we'll make that an annual event, maybe. We can just get new car. Laura saying no, Abe saying maybe. George? Where's he at? George, say yes. 2-1, let's go. All right, we got it. All right. But thank you all, and thanks for the use of the ARPA funds. We appreciate it very much, and your continued support of Parker. All right. I'm not going to deny that there are challenges these days when it comes to providing effective policing, even for the town of Parker. Seems that crime is on the rise everywhere in numerous areas. Car thefts, drug use, fentanyl has not made Parker has not left Parker alone. And I know the judge will be very interested in dealing with that as well. But we do want to say that on behalf of the town council, myself, the council, will do everything we can every day, every way to support our Parker Police Department to make sure they have the tools, the support, and whatever they need to get the job done for the town of Parker. All right, let's shift over to economic development. You see new growth happening all over the town of Parker, and our Director of Economic Development, Wildy Fazell, back there in the back. Wildy. You know, all these things tie together, so it's thanks in no small part to how safe of a community we are that we have a business community that continues to thrive here. Several new businesses either open their doors to customers or announce plans to join our strong community of local business, including, you've waited for a long time for this, for Whole Foods is coming, I think this summer or so. I'm looking at our town manager, she's being stiff-eyed about it, but Whole Foods is coming. In-N-Out Burger is coming, McDonald's, Audi, and Black Rock Cafe that just opened. But important to me, important to our seniors who play the sport, we just announced last month, Chicken and Pickle is coming to Parker. Now, it's not the pickle you think. It's not the dill kind. It's the paddles and the balls kind of pickleball. So we're excited they're going to be up on the north end, kind of starting to develop that economic corridor for us, and we're very excited. I'm not looking that way over at the mayor, but we did beat out 2 communities with Chicken and Pickle. So we are becoming an economic powerhouse. Do you guys see? I'm goading her. She's being on her best behavior today. It's really, really impressive, Jackie. That's why they're between us. Let's see, some more exciting news in the business development plans for Parker's future. Late last year, the town took a huge step securing the future of downtown Parker as a hub for activity through an agreement with the Confluence Company to develop 6 vacant parcels. We call it the My Main Street Project. It's a $275 million public-private partnership in the largest economic development project in downtown Parker's history. It will help further activate and grow downtown by adding new places to live, work, and play. And some amazing statistics about this new project. More than 140,000 square feet of commercial office space and an estimated 574 residential spaces, including 4 sale condos. So not only will you be able to shop here, eat here, you'll be able to live right in downtown Parker. And that's pretty exciting. No clapping for that. Let's see. You know, exciting probably only to the council and myself, but we're also getting a new parking garage with 250 spaces. If you complain about parking in the town of Parker anymore, I don't know what we can do. We'll start opening the alley behind Fika and letting that go. Let's see, it'll include an outdoor public plaza for community gatherings, a new public park, open space for our neighbors at Parker Vista to the east of us here, and a new public art installation that will add to the already robust collection that Parker already has to offer. And I just want to talk about, and stop for a second, when you talk about art in downtown, Councilmember Barrington, thank you so much for your championing of the arts program in downtown Parker and all over. You know, every council member has their little niche, and I'm gonna point on it as we get there. But Councilmember Barrington is staunch about having art in places and furthering that. So thank you. Thanks for continuing to keep our downtown beautiful. The final vision for my Main Street project was a result of engagement between the town residents and the community. Can't wait to see what's going to go on downtown. You know, we've got the dirt lots that we've had forever here, but it's really exciting, and we should start to see sticks coming up starting in early January 2024. So keep your eyes posted. It's going to be a little chaotic down here, but don't stop supporting our downtown shops, our downtown businesses, and keep abreast of what's going on down there. We're very excited about that. One of the town's long-term goal was to grow a primary employment opportunity so residents would never leave Parker again. You know, we got a taste of it during that pandemic thing, and we liked it. We liked it when you had to stay home and could go out to lunch and have a daytime economy here. So we'd like to bring more jobs, obviously, here. So we've done that. We've made progress towards that goal with a 250,000 square foot new flex industrial space up on the north side that will bring about 200 plus new primary jobs in the fields of engineering, technology, development, and manufacturing. Very excited that. In early 23, we also embarked on creating a new strategic plan to guide our economic development efforts titled Parker's Economic Playbook. This plan will help us create policies and programs to promote economic resiliency, expand employment opportunities, and guide us for the next decade and beyond. So you should start to see a huge influx in economic development as we enter 2024. But building a strong economy isn't something the town can do alone. So fortunately, we have some amazing partners. One of those is the new Douglas County Economic Development Cooperative that we helped form late last year. We're excited to work with the economic group and to raise the bar for all of Douglas County, and something that will benefit us all. You know, the benefit of having all the communities, all the municipalities come together is when somebody calls Castle Rock and they say, well, we don't have that space here, but you can go to Parker. And so, I pay them $5 a week to say, but go to Parker. And certainly Lone Tree, we asked them to send them to Parker too. Let's see, one of the best parts of my job as mayor is to attend ribbon cuttings for new businesses in Parker. We had a lot of them over the past year. There's always a recurring theme. People have a dream to own their own business and have chosen Parker as the perfect spot to make that dream come true. And I've asked 2 local businesses to join me here this morning just as a spotlight of the true lifeblood of our economic health these smaller independent businesses are. So I'd like to introduce to you Rob Berenberg, who is the owner of Glory Days Trophy. Rob is an Army veteran raising his 2 teenage daughters and doing a phenomenal job, I might add, and doing business here in Parker. Rob, stand up. Rob is a one-man show, but you know what? He's killing it in his business. Next, I'd also like to introduce you to one of our favorites, Don Danner, owner of the Nest Salon and Boutique on Main Street. Don has turned a personal tragedy into an amazing ministry through her shop and infusing it with lots and lots of humor. And if you haven't been in the Nest, don't be a prude. Go in, have a great laugh. Don, stand up. One of the best things about going into Don's shop, too, is the hugs. I think everybody gets a hug, right? Do you have a clicker? Okay, yeah. So I want to encourage you all to meet Robert and Don. The stories of local businesses are amazing. And as you enter a shop here in Parker, every one of them has a story to tell. Every one of them has a story of why they chose Parker, why they chose their business, and again, why they're thriving. Nothing fails in Parker. Nothing fails in Parker. Let's talk about finance for a second. Do we have Mary Lou Brown, our Director of Finance, in with us? I didn't see her. She's probably counting all those fat stacks of cash that we have here in Parker. So, but one of the things that we did in terms of finance and supporting our economic development and our business community is that this year the town council modified the municipal code to no longer require payment for a business license in the town of Parker. The town council, in their wisdom, saw that our online retailers don't have to pay for a business license in the town of Parker. And they said, why should we put our businesses at a disadvantage? So council, thank you. Thank you for supporting businesses, and thank you for rebating the cost of a business license in the town of Parker. All right, one of my favorite is community development. Do we have Director Fusa here? No. Okay. Which is great because he'd probably get up and talk and it would be a 2-hour-long conversation. But over the last year, community development has been working hard on updating processes and standards that will help guide our vision, again, tied directly back to economic development. Chief among these has been the modernization of our land development ordinance that governs the town's zoning and development process. This major undertaking is the first modification to our land development ordinances since the town incorporated back in 1981, so nearly 42 years ago. We're in the final stretch, but what this provides is it provides more consistent and predictability to our development community, which if you're a developer in the room, we know that that's what you want. You want the predictability. You know what's coming next. You don't want that extra sheet that says, what do I have to get to my tenant of occupancy thing? You want to know what we do, and this is what the town council and community development is doing. It's a win-win, and next on the table, after we get that land development ordinance in, will be an update to our 2035 master plan. You know, I think the one thing that you should know about this council and about this town, we're planners. We figure out what we want to do, and we drive it for 10, 15, 20 years out. When that plan kicks off, we'll be looking for your input on how you want to see Parker grow, on how you want to see Parker maintained, but most importantly, the feel of Parker. You know, that's what a master plan is all about. It's about planning the feel, and then people come and they develop things, and all according to that plan. Our staff has also been busy at work guiding the development of several projects that have already been completed or well underway. The southwest area of town, if you've looked past that, all the houses that are going up is an especially busy place with work on Tantera, Looking Glass, Trails at Crowfoot Valley neighborhoods. These neighborhoods account for most of the remaining large-scale residential developments planned in Parker's build-out. And before you know it, Parker will be officially built out. I also want to say, though, you know, we talk about community development. You see all the houses going up. You see the vacant land being developed. And you say, remember when Parker? Well, I want to praise our council, and I want to thank our manager and our town attorney. When you see that, what you have to recognize is probably 40 to 50% of what that developer could have built on has been carved out for parks, for open space, for undevelopable land. The town protects what you love. And they did that. Mitch Trivia is back there shaking his head. Yeah, I know. But we really do. We don't want to build. We support what you say. We don't want to build on every inch of Parker. But we also know we are a private property rights town. We support their ability to do it. We just want to do it in a nice way that really, really supports the town of Parker and our history. And I just want to say to the development community, thanks for going along with us on that. Sometimes begrudgingly, sometimes willingly, but we thank you. We thank you for letting us keep the town of Parker that we love. All right, engineering and public works. We don't have Tom Williams here this morning. Director Williams, are you here? Okay. He's probably gearing up for the snow season. You know, I think he heard from Kathy Sabine that we might have snow this weekend. So, you know, we heard last night, interestingly enough, on a day that's 70 degrees last night, we heard the snow report debrief for all the stuff that they did, which was odd, right? But interestingly enough, and council helped me out, I think that they said out of 43 events, only 14 came to fruition or something like that. So it's like a 30%, right? I mean, if as a mayor you can only be right 30% of the time, that'd be heaven, man. That would be heaven. All right. But Parker is still growing. The town is working hard to make sure our infrastructure keeps up. Several long-planned roadway projects are now beginning to take shape and will provide better connectivity within our community. And in the town of Parker, when you think of roads, when you think of funding for transportation, you have to think of Mayor Pro Tem Dyack. Mayor Pro Tem Dyack has brought millions of dollars. And I don't know how you do it at Dr. Cog, whether it's strong arming, whether it's you get Commissioner Teal to go along with you. There we go. Figured it out right here. But John, you have brought more money to this community to get us around the community than anyone I know. So thank you for that very much. See, the extension of the Chambers Road from Hess to Stroh will soon become a reality. The council and I were out there on the windiest, snowiest, coldest day in the town of Parker to break ground on that because of how important it is. The Chambers Expressway will take from Hess all the way down to Stroh, lock it in. You will never have to go down Parker Road unless you are coming to one of our amazing restaurants, coming downtown, or to a business. You'll be able to shoot all the way down to Castle Rock if you're going there, for business, not to buy anything, but to get there. And I just want to thank, I don't see EX5 development, but Chris and Matt, who stepped up to the plate and are continuing that. So we look for a lot of progress. And I know that the Stroh Ranch neighborhood is equally excited about the Chambers Road to get some of that construction traffic off of Motzenbacher, as are we. The town's also completed the design for another major roadway extension project, Dransfell Road from 20 Mile to Motzenbacher, right through what is now Flat Acres Farm. Now, I also want to caveat this. Mike Smith is a partner with us on this. This is not taking of his land. This is a good thing for him, for his family, and for the generations of Smiths that follow. But it will cut through Dransfeld all the way over to Motzenbacher. We also want to, this will optimize traffic connectivity. Again, you'll be able to get all the way down Dransfeld, all the way to the other side of town without heading out on Parker Road. There you go. Do you see a theme there? Trying to get you off Parker Road? Let's see, removing stress on major roadways and creating additional economic development opportunities. So all along that way, we want to create new businesses. We want to create new footprints so people can go and live their dreams, like Rob, like Don, so they can build a business, so they can thrive, and the town of Parker can continue to thrive. That Dransfeld extension is a joint project with Douglas County, and it is a major project. So commissioners, thank you again for your continued commitment to Parker. That is going to be a big deal, a big deal. And certainly thank you to our council and thank you to our staff, the town manager's office, the town attorney, director of public works. Everybody is working hard on that one, and that is a lot of work. Let's see, we're also working with the county on future widenings at Lincoln and Jordan. We're also looking at Parker Road to Lincoln, working with CDOT on that. So we are focused on those roads. The one thing I wish I could do for you all is fix every pothole in the town of Parker. But I want to remind you, in our infinite wisdom, in our technology, we have a map that you can tell us where all the potholes are in the town of Parker just by going on a map and dropping a pin. Just remember, we're not responsible for Parker Road, which is looking pretty rugged right now. We're not responsible for the shopping centers. That's all private land. But seriously, if you do see potholes in your neighborhood, please use that. Let us know. We want to make Parker the easiest place to get along, and we want to protect John Dyak's investment of time and protect his roads in the town of Parker. Let's see, while it's certainly important to focus on improving traffic operations, we want to make sure our residents are looking to take a break from their cars are being supported too. So we are in a process right now of updating all of the old antiquated lighting and other pedestrian sidewalks in the town. So if those sidewalks existed in 1981, they're getting an update if they haven't fallen apart yet. But one of the most exciting projects that we're working on, again, as we focus on downtown, is as you can see when you leave just to the north of us, is a major sidewalk improvement from that little skinny sidewalk, a one-pass sidewalk out here to a major one. We're enhancing town and country condos with new gating systems and really making that a nice place. We're also doing sidewalks down Pikes Peak. I know some of our businesses have suffered a little bit. Rory's Diner, thank you so much for your patience as your patrons have had to go and park at other places and wait a bit for lunch. But, it is going to be nice. We're going to widen sidewalks for more passability. We're going to light it up, do bulb outs. It's going to be a really, really nice thing. So we are focused on infrastructure. Parks and Recreation and Open Space Director Colton is not here, but boy, if there is a busier director in the town of Parker, I don't know who that is. I want to talk about them, and again, she has the benefit now of having a town commission helping her to focus on what the town and what the citizens want to focus on. But the access to world-renowned recreation amenities, and our recreation department just received another certification this year as a top-notch recreation, which I think we all know. Late last year, the town opened and renovated O'Brien Park Playground. So if you've taken your kids, your grandkids there, it's an amazing new spot, new playground equipment, but most importantly, it allows accessibility for all. It has ADA compliance, it has sensory compliance. Everybody is welcome at that park. And again, calling out the council members, I want to thank Councilmember Hefta for her unwavering support of shade structures and benches. You know, I will remember the days of Laura. Have you sat at one of those chairs in the hot sun with a bologna sandwich? So, Councilmember Hefta, your legacy will live on in Parker at every shade structure that we have. We appreciate you. Town recently opened an entirely new public park for residents at the trails of Crowfoot down to the south. This large park is a 15-acre park, includes numerous amenities, including a sports field, baseball fields, tennis courts, playground, and disc golf course. A personal highlight for me is an addition of 6 new pickleball courts for our pickleball players in town. If you haven't played pickleball yet, folks, let's get out there. Let's get out. It's great. And I don't think we'll have a problem filling those anytime soon. Another long-anticipated project in the works is the expansion of Salisbury Park, our major park, our major ball fields here in the town of Parker. If you haven't followed this project's status over the year, the town is planning for a 90-acre expansion of what's already our largest park. Design efforts are ready to begin, and we hope to start construction in 2024 on that. So a lot moving out there to get your kiddos out there, and I think we'll throw in a couple pickleball fields out there too as well. Let's see, for our residents who prefer a more passive form of recreation, you'll soon be able to enjoy a new, large piece of dedicated open space right inside of our town limits. The final construction is now underway on the 72-acre Harvey open space project. Very minor improvements are including, but we hope to have it open to the public by the end of the year. And calling out and giving credit where credit is due, Councilmember Todd Hendricks has been the champion of the Harvey open space. I think every other sentence he says from the dais is, but then Harvey open space. And we're saying, we're talking about a zoning issue, but what about Harvey open space? So Todd, thank you for your diligence and for making that dream come true for all of us. Appreciate it. All right, and anyone who has traveled north in the town of Parker has seen that rather large construction project going on, the curly Q going up at the top of the town boundaries. That is the High Plains Regional Trail, and it looks like we may have an overpass later this year, but that will connect again to the big trail. It's a bike and walk path, so you will be able to cross over Parker Road safely and quickly. Parker is lucky to have a great relationship with several key local agency partners that help make some rather large projects more manageable. In addition to the High Plains Trail, another partnership of note I want to focus on is the Reuter-Hess Recreation Advisory Board. The town and our area partners have worked to create a new roadmap for recreation at the reservoir that should allow residents better access to the great amenity moving forward. And I want to thank Douglas County again. Keep coming back to the commissioners. Thanks for stepping up and leading the charge on that and being willing to take care of the day-to-day out at the reservoir. I also want to say to Ron Red from Parker Water and to Merlin Klotz right there, board member, congratulations on your reelection, sir. And thank you. Thank you for all that you've done at the reservoir, and thank you for making that an awesome place that we'll be able to activate. Appreciate that. So the reservoir is opening. I heard fishing is going to get started soon. Ron's always committed on that. So let's see. We have a lot of new things happening with our Parks Recreation. And let's see. Yeah, with Parks and Recreation, but also want to touch on cultural real fast. Obviously, we're sitting in the jewel of the cultural department, the Pace Center. Do we have Director Glassburn here with us? Jeremy, you're right. We may need to get started at 9 o'clock here next time. So, but just some things to call out, we have a lot of historical buildings within our cultural department, and our Ruth Chapel, which is right downtown, turns 110 Thursday. She doesn't look a year over 90, but it's great. But despite the advancing age, there's still a lot of spirit left in that facility. Did you get what I did there? Church, Ruth Chapel. Okay, yeah. I know it's getting late. You've been listening to me too long. Let's see. The Pace Center and the Schoolhouse, our two largest theaters. We had 89,000 people walking through there this year, and the list goes on and on. We served 1,200 students at 67 camps over the summer. And obviously, the town of Parker, you are calling for arts and culture and theater and to be entertained, and this department does not disappoint. I don't know about all of you, but I'm always surprised at what a relatively small group of people dedicated can accomplish in a year. It's an honor to serve the citizens of our great community as the mayor of Parker. The town of Parker has a favorable position as we continue our focus on economic development and attracting diverse commercial and professional businesses to the town. As we focus on the future, we will continue to support our existing businesses who are the bedrock of our community and of our economy. What we began in 22 will continue in 23 and on to 24. I remain committed to cut through the red tape and to roll out the red carpet for anyone choosing to do business within the town of Parker. We will continue to work with our colleagues at the county, within other cities, within the state, and certainly with the school board as we look to serve the town of Parker and make it that hometown feel that you want. And I just want to remind you all, as I said last year, the hometown feel of Parker doesn't diminish with the size of our town. We could go from 100 to 200 to 300. The hometown feel exists within each of us. We are all ambassadors of this amazing town. The state of our town is strong. The future success of our town is limitless. And I look forward to seeing you all next year when we talk about the amazing accomplishments that this town has achieved in 2023 and the even loftier, the even higher, the even more strategic goals that we'll set for ourselves in 24. But until then, may God bless each and every one of you here today, and may God continue to bless the town of Parker. Thank you.
The joke. Well, you sold me. I want to move to Parker.
Let's go.
I'm going to sell the house right now and move on down. I want to stay all afternoon, but I've got a busy day of getting fake news on the air, so I've got to get good. RJ, the joke works every time, doesn't it? I wonder if you'll indulge me in one thing real quickly. We wanted to raise some money this morning for the Rotary Club of Parker for all the great work that they do in this town, like this event and other stuff. And we were spitballing ideas. We talked about a pay-per-view MMA fight between Mayor Toborg and Mayor Millet, but we ruled that one out. So instead, we have some. Who in this room does not like golf, by the way? It's rhetorical. You don't have to raise. Somebody actually didn't raise his hand. I'm with you. I've never played. But there are some great courses nearby here. In fact, two of the best just right down the road from us. And so this morning we have the chance to auction off a couple of golf foursomes, one to Pradera and one to the Pinery. And so we want to do that right now. And so we're hoping that if you're a big golf fan, you will weigh in and bid with us this morning and also help support the Rotary Club in the meantime. So again, these are foursomes. They're valued at $500. And if you play golf, you know that that's just what it costs to play the game. And so if we could, let's start the bidding. We'll start with Pradera if we can. So the bidding, again, it's a foursome. It's any Tuesday through Thursday in the afternoon. So we'll start the bidding at $500. RJ, you play golf, right? You don't play golf. Okay. $500. This is for Pradera. Do I see any hands? I see a bid back there. Okay, but there's $500. I want to do that real fast talking thing too. $20, $30. I can't do that. But I'll try if we get the bidding up even higher. So we've got a $500 bid for Pradera. Do I hear $550? $550. There, back here in the corner. Okay, $550. We've got a bidding war, I think, right? That's what this is shaping up to be. Okay, so $550 right now for Pradera. Do I hear $600? 600 right here. Oh, there's two of you. 600. Okay, at 600, we'll go with you. How about 650? Okay, 650 right there. This is going well. Could be a second career for me. I love it. 650. Okay. Do I hear 700? Pradera. Again, it's a foursome, great course right here nearby. $700. Do I hear it? Anyone? 700 right here at table 1. Okay. All right, I see some contemplation here. Let's go 750 if we can. 750, again, it's a great golf course nearby. You can invite 3 of your great friends and spend an afternoon on the links. 750, do I hear a bit of 750 this morning? Anyone? Anyone? 750, okay. If not, we'll go 700, going once, going twice. Sold to this gentleman right here at table 1. Thank you so much. All right, so now let's go to the Pinery. Again, a great course right here nearby. Some of the best golf courses here in Colorado. I hear. Again, I don't play, but that's what they say. And so, again, this is the same deal. Foursome, 18 holes, cart fees, usage of the practice facilities, all that stuff at the Pinery Country Club. And we'll start the bidding again here at $500. Do we hear $500 for the Pinery? Maybe one of the, here we go, back here in the corner. Very good. We've got a $500 bid. Again, all proceeds go to help the Rotary Club of Parker. You've seen the great work that they've done here for 30 years in this town. The least we could do is support them with this, right? So we've got a $500 bid. Do I see 550 anywhere back here? Okay, very good. We're at 550 right now. We gotta beat Pradera here, right? We're at 550. Do we have 600 anywhere? 600. No? Oh, right here. Okay, very good. RJ, you got a golfing buddy right here next to you, I think. 600. We've got 600 right now. Can we go 650 for the Pinery? Okay, we've got it back here. Okay, very good. $650. We'll try 700 now. How about that? 700? You can beat your own bid if you want. We won't rule that out if you. $700. Anybody? Okay. If not, 650. Going once. Going twice, and sold to the gentleman in the back of the room. Thank you so much. Well, that worked out well. Not bad. I still would have paid for the pay-per-view fight, but this will do in the interim. I do want to thank you all for having us all this morning. I think you should be very excited about the great town that you live in, and it's certainly our honor to come down here and see all the great things that are going on in the town of Parker. And look for yourselves on the news tonight. I'll put that picture on the 9 o'clock news, barring any breaking news. And so it's, it is important, but you never know. So thank you again. Thanks for joining us this morning, and good luck to all of you, and God bless. Have a great day.